I think we're live. Hi.
Imagine that.
It's full of ghosts in the chat. Hello, ghosts.
Hey, That's that's our specialty. So happy birthday, Ron.
Yay!
Hi,
Happy
Thank you.
birthday! Happy
I,
birthday!
I got
Do,
phone
do you
calls
want us?
this morning. Everybody, yeah.
Do you want us to
I got
sing
a
to
lot.
you?
Of course, yeah. Why not?
Ready, ladies?
Ready?
Yeah, ready. Happy
Okay.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ron. Unconditional love to Ro. Happy
Wow.
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Yay. Woohoo!
Oh,
Woohoo!
you have a bell? Where's your bell, Kate? I all my Christmas stuff is away.
Oh, my bell. My bell.
Yeah.
She's
Mhm.
up here.
Oh,
There.
There you go.
yeah.
Got
There
the
you go.
wings. Got the wings.
Okay, good.
Although Wissinator thinks that's her signal to come on in.
Oh,
So
see.
I
I
know.
just want to say hi to Teresa, who's in the house, and she's got all kinds of stuff there. A hat, celebration. I think that's champagne,
Champagne.
champagne
Mm-hmm.
bottle.
Do you drink champagne?
I don't drink at all.
I don't
Sorry
drink
about
champagne.
that. No, no alcohol at all. So
Good.
Yep, I
not
did.
not. I'll tell you why I don't drink. It's because I've been through that drama of having two alcoholic parents. I've seen too much shit. So I that's not good. I realize that alcohol is a way of trying to these people that drink, they drink because they're in pain, because they're living, they have sorrow, and they think by drinking that it'll go away, but it doesn't. It gets worse,
Yeah.
and then,
Yeah.
but
It's hard.
those it doesn't get rid of the programs in your head.
Yeah. Look how many people already popped in.
Yeah,
Hey.
Teresa, Linda Sabel, Sandoval. That's
Yes.
all great moderators, and we have I
Pisces
think
greater.
Sue Malik.
Hmm.
Look at her picture. She's pretty. I think she's pretty.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're all
Sue
pretty.
Malik. Um, she remember I was talking about losing my dog, and when I talked, Sue had a bird. I think it was a bird, and she lost her bird. It's just
Hmm.
feeling when you have animals that you love and you lose them. It it's hard on a person that's attached to those animal, because animals give unconditional love, whether it's a bird, a turtle, a snake, whatever it is. When you love them, you love
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll say hi to Melinda Crocker too. Hi, Melinda.
Yeah. So
Yes, and we should introduce Aquila because this is a
yes,
Right.
here. Yay! Aquila's
Ah.
here.
I call her. She has a voice like a goddess. So
Yeah.
we're going to let the voice of the goddess explain um, a little bit about herself, so people will get to know you. So Aquila, you got the
Oh,
whole floor.
Oh,
Go
well,
ahead.
thank you, Ron. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Akila. Some of you may see me in the chat as Akila B24. So nice to meet you.
yay.
Hi. um, my journey. Wow. My journey started when I was 6 years old, I want to say. I had my first encounter and it was shut down and blocked. And recently, due to the transitioning of my brother, it kind of propelled me back into understanding, transitioning, and the whole spiritual realm.
Mm.
And um, I got invited to a Pathways event, and through the Pathways event, I met Jean, Sun Psychic Jean, and I did a reading with Jean, and then everything just opened up. I wish I knew now what I knew then, because I could have helped a lot of people with the information I have today. But as we all know, everything opens up at the right time. So back then I was too young and it wasn't my time, but now I think it's my time. So like all of us here, you know, we all want to help everyone understand spirituality, what we go through healing ourselves. So that's why I'm here. And thank you, Ron, for inviting me. And Kate, Jay, you know, I
My
love
pleasure.
you all. And I'm excited. I'm so excited.
The gang's all here.
Healer. Welcome. Thank you for
I've
that.
never heard of Pathways.
Yeah,
Is it-
so I'm in Maryland, and there's a company called Pathways, and I might be missing another part of their name. And they hold these expos, these spiritual expos. And I came back from Trinidad, and someone said, "Oh, Pathways is having an expo. Do you want to go?" And at first I was like, "No, I'm not going to go." And I just felt the urge, go, go, go. So I went with my friends, and we all really enjoyed what I enjoyed, what I heard, what I saw. Because for me, it validated some of the things that I experienced in my younger years and teenage years that no one ever understood, or I myself didn't understand it. And I was like, I want more, I want more.
Right.
And Jean actually did the live event. And I just sat there and I was so amazed. And I was like, you see, I know it was the truth. It is not a lie, you know.
That validation.
Yes.
The validation is so important, because for so long we walk around going, "Ooh, I'm the weirdo in the room. Where's my clan?"
Yes,
You know, it's like, oh my gosh, where is everybody? Or am I just the one that's out, you know, out in the weirdo land? And there's Kelly Healer's here too, Ron.
Yeah.
Say hey, Kelly. So, but yeah, that confirmation and the validation piece in someone's life is sometimes overwhelming, and sometimes just puts you on that high that says it was real.
Yes.
It is real. So it's an exciting moment. I'm so glad that you had that with Sun Psychic Jean. I never knew that.
Yes.
I
Yes.
never
Yeah,
knew that.
either. Thanks for sharing.
Wow.
Now we know your secrets.
The secret's out.
And then through her, I met you, beautiful souls, and we've been together since what, 2021? You know, I think it's it's been.
I am so bad with time.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I don't remember it's 21, but anyway.
20.
Late 2021 into 22, I think, is when, you know, I started meeting everyone, and it's been an amazing experience. The love and support that I feel, it's just, the unity is what I love. You know, when I have crazy stuff, I can call or I can message and say, "Hey, this is what happened." And you're all like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Green says it is real until it's time to put in the work.
Yes, but even then, go ahead, Ron.
Because what I was going to say, to me, we're talking about healing energy today. So there's one that I would call the physical, mentally, emotional healing. The other one I would call the spiritual healing. I think we need both. And if I can explain why, because when you have drama when you're young, abuse and all that, it's something to do physically, what harmed you, that or what you picked up, all these programs. The spiritual side of it, the spiritual healing, is from uh, the religion you followed, the lies they put in your head, and you need to heal from that also, because you might think religion is the same thing as spiritual, and it isn't. It's quite different. It's really quite different. The truth lies in your connection to spirituality. That's where the truth is. And that energy will explain everything you need to know when you get there. You know what? When you connect and ask, and then they'll show you this is the truth. This is the because religion sometimes they created fear energy. It was created by fear energy, and then once you go through all that and start, going through the whole thing and putting all these okay, that's not true. This is true because when I was young, I said, God is love, and God is also a violent God. He'll put you go to hell, which is not untrue. That's not the truth. The real truth is what because I've been on the other side, surrounded by unconditional love. I know that the hell doesn't exist. I never saw hell. I never saw anything but pure unconditional love. So
Right.
to me, it doesn't make any. Then I figured the thing out. Oh, geez, hell, religion. They told me was made out of fear to control people. That's why they did it. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
And thanks for coming by, Pisces Greeter. We look forward to seeing you next time. I just wanted to add to that, Ron, that for much of our lives, when there's an authority that says this is the way it is, okay, it's the statements that as a child you take on because you don't have the experience to say, I experienced it something different. Or if you're like Jay and say, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Could you please explain this? And then you get booted out because you don't conform. There are amazing signals that your own body will tell you it is false.
Yes.
Okay. And the difficulty in a child is understanding that tightness in your tummy, or suddenly you have a little headache, or you're walking along and you stumble. It's your body saying it's not true. It's not true. There's so much more. Okay. And I think that as children, we're not really taught to understand those signals, to look for those signals. And I think even as adults, sometimes when there's a struggle between what your heart wants and what your reality is presenting, that push and pull of diverse energies creates an uncomfortable vibration and feeling within your own cells, within your own body's cells. So your body may be screaming, take a left turn this time. Don't turn right. Take a left. Don't go right. Whatever the situation may be. And that learning to understand those actual physical little warning bells or nudges or attempts for spirit to kick into the brain or kick into the heart, so that you can understand that your gifts are real, that what you're feeling is real, that what you're feeling is true. And I think that's a really hard struggle for a lot of us to understand. Oh, wait a minute. Our biggest psychic tool is what we came into the planet in. Yeah. It's our best tool, right? It's our easiest, most accessible. But I think it is really hard to sometimes get to a place where you're so quiet and you're so calm and you're so at peace that when you're looking at that issue, whatever the left turn or right turn is, that you can actually notice it, because it can be very soft. It can be very soft and very subtle, because spirit is soft and quiet and trying to nudge rather than come on, McFly.
I just want to say hi to Lucy Merci. She said hi. I was surprised pop up. Yes, it is. First time I've done a pop up in what? I haven't done a pop up since I started my channel. So. Never.
Surprise.
That's because I have the voice of the goddess angel that came in. So that's why. Yeah, but talking about religion, how I survived a lot of stuff. I survived, and in a way, it 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 helped me develop my own spirituality, which everybody has, by the way. It's already there inside of you. Once you connect it, you'll find your truth the way it is, and the energy in that. When you connect it, it will explain everything. But me, what happened to me is I was an altar boy in the Catholic Church, and I got sexually abused.
Mm.
So that really just, just I snapped like crazy. I was an angry young man. I wanted to burn the church down. A lot of stuff came to my mind, and I didn't know how to. No, my mom doesn't know nothing about this. She's on the other side now. She knows, but she didn't know about this because I never talked about it or talked to anybody. Now I talk about it, but that helped me stay away from gurus, all this stuff, all these evangelists, all that. I can see right through them when this energy comes in my face. I can see right through because I had the experience of going through some some of that stuff. I see the I can read people without just looking on TV. I don't even know they're miles away. I can see the friggin' energy come right out of them by looking on television or something, or if it's a, somebody I don't even know, I can read the friggin' energy right away, just like that. And if that's because of my experience in life, I went through this stuff, and I can tell stuff that people can't even they don't see it
Mhm.
because it's hidden behind their mask. They have a mask or how you call it, a double face or something.
Mhm,
They show
mhm.
one thing, but in reality they're another. I can see that. Anyway, just want to explain a little bit how I function because everything I'm talking about, I've survived it, I lived it, I went through it. It's nothing made up, it's not channel energy. It's life itself. Give me all these experiences so I can share, I believe to share to help people understand. But there's another thing that I learned by following these YouTube. I needed healing myself. So I went to another reader and I got that healing. Once I got that, I learned about contracts, life contracts. What the hell is that? You're an empath. What the hell is that? I went through all that stuff. And one day, uh, while doing meditations, I heard about limited beliefs. And I said, what? What I thought my identity was about my story. It's related to your story. And your story, and your limited beliefs make you believe that is you.
Mhm.
It ain't you. There's something you don't know about yourself, the true self, the true person that you are. But you think you are that because these limited beliefs have been planted since your young age, childhood, and on. And then you do stuff in your adulthood that come from childhood, and you wonder, what the hell did I do to get a life like that? Because it's those
Mm.
programs taken over. And you gotta heal from that. How do we heal from that? So that's part of what I tried to explain today. So if you guys have any questions of how do we heal from whatever drama, how do we heal from divorce? How do we heal from childhood abuse? How do we heal from sexual abuse? All this stuff needs your attention awareness because that's when you start healing from it. It's not an overnight thing. It's a journey. It's a day by day thing. I just want to.
Totally
Yeah.
agree. The trauma didn't happen overnight. So the
No.
trauma is not gonna, the healing of that trauma is not gonna occur overnight, right? As you heal, I think you're going to find that, and I know this has happened to me, and you all can jump in as well. As you heal, you're tested, or as you think you're healing and you reach one milestone, then you realize, like for what happened with me is I would get dreams, and in the dreams I'm being tested. Have I pushed through? Can I overcome this? And once I overcome it, it's like, yay, you did it. But then later on, another challenge towards the same thing that I was healing comes in. And then I realized at every milestone that, the universe was working with me on, it was just to make sure that I guess to show me that I was taking the steps needed. I was healing the issue. And then there was the grand finale for me when they showed me something and I stood there in the dream or vision, and I was bare. I was stripped down. And I stood there without fear, without guilt, without shame in the dream. And I realized, wow, I'm not curled up in that fetal position that I would normally curl up in. I'm standing here bare naked, facing my fear on. And that's when I realized I can do this. I did this, you know? And so don't be afraid if you are being if you find you think you healed and you keep seeing these things, you keep seeing it coming. It's just to make you stronger. It's to make sure that you're doing the work to get you where you need to be. Right? Yeah.
We have a question in chat. I'll show you. I put her start up there, but I know that myself. How do I say it? Childhood drama, childhood abuse is so bad. I've seen so horrible stuff in my life. I can't even talk about it because it's too. It's like going to war. It's like seeing, I mean, I've seen stuff that I don't want anybody to see or go through the same thing I saw. Like your mom getting beat up and choked and everything like that, or somebody trying to kill her. All that stuff is horrible as an image. Okay. Now my brain or the subconscious, I don't know, wants to take over, wants to protect me. So it made me shut down, forget things. But the programs are still there. They're hidden. So I found that out later on that they were still there. When I became an adult around 19 years old, I gotta share this journey. It's not pretty, but anyway, just to give you an example, I saw my mother being beaten, choked, everything. That affected me, and I couldn't defend her. I was weighed about 70 pounds, and I tried to get a 200-pound guy off of her. The only thing I could take, I couldn't get the man off her and stop choking my mom. Stop trying strangling her. So I took a bunch of dishes and broke the dishes, opened the kitchen cabinets, and bang, 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 bang to attract attention, and it worked. But the only thing I had in my head, because I didn't have the strength. Okay? But later on, at 90 years old, when I walked down the street, I was on Ottawa, Canada, and I was walking down the street, and I didn't know this was going to happen. The event reproduced in front of my eyes, but not with my mom, but with a complete stranger. I saw this old guy beating up two old ladies, and I lost it. I completely snapped. As you can see, this came from my childhood, what I saw, and I wanted to defend my mom, but since I saw it right in front of me, a complete stranger, I grabbed the old guy and took him by the collar. I didn't punch him or hurt him, but I had the energy of three men, and I was only 19 years old, and I didn't weigh that 100 pounds. I lifted him up; his feet didn't touch. I put him on against the wall, and I said, "You f," and then the old ladies. I looked back on the old ladies, and they were doing this, tapping their hands because I saved or I protected them or somehow. But that's a repeat from what I saw in my childhood. I know it is. It's the truth because it repeated. So it's the way I handled it. I think I did the best I could. I understood at that time. Then I flagged down a taxi, and it happened to be one of my friends that I knew. The driver of the taxi, I knew him. So I said, "This old man is beating these two ladies. Can you take them home in a taxi?" And he said, "What about you?" oh, I'm going to walk home. Oh, no, if you want, I don't have any money. He says, get in. I'm going to take you home at the same time. So that's the end of the story. So the old man
Hmm.
there, I shit out of him because a guy lifts his feet didn't touch the ground at all. I had to put him against the wall. So I didn't know these people at all. It's just seeing it, I couldn't. It's like seeing the whole thing again, and my energy just snapped. I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get involved
Yeah.
in something like that, but it was stronger than me. So yeah. So that's
Right.
one thing I think I will never heal it from that. Never. Talk about
Don't say
healing.
never.
Well,
Don't say never.
I just asked never to see that again because
Oh,
yeah, I know myself. Okay, I will get involved again, even if it's somebody I don't know. I don't care.
That's okay, Ron.
You
We will sew you a cape. It's okay. We'll sew you a cape,
just
and then you can have it happen again. Chances are your angels won't
Yeah,
present that to you again,
yeah.
but they
yeah,
knew you had it within you to help these people,
yeah,
and
Mhm.
your purpose was a beacon. So that's why you were led to them. But the odds of them bringing that to you again, I think um,
are very
are
no.
yeah,
mm,
yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
so. I don't want to see that again. I don't want.
right,
So
Yeah.
yeah. There's a question
yeah, I got
from
that. Yeah,
Mirella.
yeah, I know.
Mirella.
So I'll show that. Her question is, how do you heal from losing a spouse? He was the love of my life. I feel empty. Um,
Mm.
Woo.
so what's your take on that? I know I have an answer for that
I have one too.
Mhm.
be- because I had a near death experience and I know what goes on the other side. And your husband is on the other side, surrounded by pure unconditional love. Uh, and
Amen.
how can I put it? He's always communicating with you, trying to he's sending you pure unconditional love from the other side. He's not he doesn't have that um uh, how do I how
Okay,
do I
good.
put that? I know he wants you to heal from that because there's something about uh you know if you know if you've been there like me, I know that death doesn't exist. It's funny. We're immortal. We're light beings before we became human on a human journey as a human being. So there's a there's a there's a truth and there's a kind of you're always going to be connected to your husband no matter what. You haven't lost him. He's just not in the physical form. He's in the spiritual form. How do we heal from that? Um, because self love, self care. So anything you guys have on that?
Yeah.
I'm just
I mean,
Go
you
ahead, Kiva.
you're always gonna feel the loss because it's someone you loved, right?
yes, of
And I
course, yeah,
remember, I mean, I wasn't married to someone, but I lost them. It was the love of my life to Morella. And when I lost that person, I was going into a deep depression.
right.
I was only like 120 pounds. I think I got down to like 80 pounds.
Oh my
That's how
gosh.
deep. And I've never dealt with depression. And what I did when I realized it, I called on the creator source and I said, I've never been here. I need you to help me. This is not who I am. Help me overcome this. I love this person. But I need you to pull me out. And the creator did. He gave me the support that I needed for me to understand that yes, this person was no longer there with me, but they're okay and I will be okay. So there's always going to be that little void of him not being there in your life. But I think you being here in the chat, in this community, you will find a peace within to understand that he is still there with you, not in physical form, but his essence is always there with you. And you can call on him, you can talk to him anytime. You know, you can just say, how are you today? Call him by his name. How are you doing? And that gives you a little bit of peace of mind. And it also helps comfort, which then heals, because that void of, oh my God, I lost this person, is no longer there. And that's how I did my healing, worked on my healing when I lost my friend back in 2006.
But the reality, the truth of that, when you're you're connected to your spirituality, your own spirituality. The truth in that is that we never lose anybody. That's the truth. We don't lose anybody. We think we lose somebody because that's the program that the society put on our in our heads. Oh, he's not physically there. We lost him. No, you didn't lose him. You lost him physically. You didn't lose him spiritually. Yeah. And your soul is still connected to that person. I think everybody, your whole family, matter of fact. So it's just that it's different. And once you transit on the other side, they will be there to welcome you when on the other side. So you always be connected to that person. It's the love. It's the love connection. It's the love that it's like a how do you say that? Welding. You know, weld two pieces together. They're welded together, so it stays. It doesn't break. So
Right.
and you can ask for that for your husband to come back in your dreams. Ask him to confirm his presence. Ask him and let open your heart and believe. Have faith. You have to have faith in the universe because he'll show up as soon as you think about him. He appears. I'm telling you, that's how the energy is. He responds to that. He can read all your thoughts. He can read how you feel. He can see all this because once you're on the side, you know everything. You're connected to everything.
So Jay, do you have anything that you want to add to that? I have something to add when you're done. If you wanted to add something,
make it real quick. I know that sometimes, whether you go through the process of grieving and you think you may be done, but a lot of times it's hard for their energy to come through, even sometimes with the smallest grievances, because they're on a different frequency and vibration. So a lot of times I know with me, it was so much easier for me to connect, for instance, with my dad and compared to like my siblings, because they were still stuck in grief. And it was really tough, even though they knew that I could talk to him. It's still, they wanted to have that relationship with them. And so we would, talk about, well, let's work out different signs. Like me and my dad have signs, but, even though we have the same dad, maybe, just start talking to him and say, hey, when this happens, I'll know it's you. So that way you start to work out like a system of signals and stuff, and you build that relationship. And that's really what worked for me. And then just making sure that when I am grieving, that of course they're going to be around you, but that you just kind of, like Akila said, you ask source to kind of pull you out of it, because there's times when you just don't expect that you're going to be that down. So, I mean, that's really any advice I can give. Yeah.
So I'm gonna jump on here with what you can do, what you can do, Mirella, everybody can do when you feel empty, when you feel like your heart is hollow, or you feel like there's a hole, or you feel like it's hard to breathe. And the grief is a physical type presence that you can sense as a weight, is a heaviness. Okay. So to counter that weight and to ask that energy to dissipate, the only way that you can do that is by relighting your heart fire. Okay? It's the fire inside your heart. It's your soul's passion. Okay? It is what lights you up. What is it that lights you up? Not another person. Okay? I'm talking about, is it music? Is it dance? Is it art? Is it laughing on the phone with a good friend? Is it sowing a new project. What makes you smile from ear to ear, and you don't even know what time it is? You don't know what day it is. You don't know what time it is. You're not hungry. It's all having that heart, little sparks of light, little sparks of flame that ignite your heart back into remembering what it is to love. So to love another creature, to love another animal, to love another person, to love yourself. Everything in the angelic realm, everything in source realm is love. So to have that love come back through, feel that love. Don't miss it. Feel it. Remember it. Have it motivate you into an action. Have them have that light heal and refill up that space that feels like it's become a hole or it's become empty. Because in feeding what brings you joy, you are feeding your spirit. Yes, make yourself happy and keep doing it over and over and over and over and over again. Remember that you and your at your core, you are love. We all are. We all are love at our core. Our essence is love. So it is it's a daily workout, like being on the treadmill, watch kitty videos, remind yourself, give yourself grief, give your grief somewhere else to go. Don't hold it in your body. Give it somewhere else to go. Make an honorarium, write a book about it. But place the grief somewhere outside of your heart and then light that fire up again and allow that fire inside your heart to just completely heal and bring the glow back and bring your energy back up again. Once you've done that, the interaction with your husband will be seamless because you'll be vibrating closer to where he's vibrating, where they all are vibrating. So it's that the more, if you've ever noticed people that are really spiritual, they have a kind of glow. They have a kind of effervescence or radiance that comes out because they are just love. That's all they are. They don't hold on to anything else. They don't hold on to resentments or anger or disputes or betrayal, all those human pieces. And that is our earthly challenge. So really, really appreciate the question. And I really, really admire you for your strength for pulling over and asking the question and then, joining us once you're home and keep going because you are showing the rest of the world how to do it, how to love and how to continue to love. Even though the love has changed, it still continues. It's still yours. What he gave you and what you gave him continues. It never leaves. It's there. You just have to light it. You just have to light it up again. So let us know. Let us know how you're doing with this.
See,
I
my
know.
mom,
We make it sound easy, right? It sounds easy. It's like,
my
you
mom,
just do
my mom passed about in 2000, so this has been 24 years, and she's around me all the time, especially when I do readings and things like that or come in these lives. She's her presence. I could feel her presence, you know. And there's people on the side that said, "Oh, I didn't know Ron does that channel this YouTube stuff," and they go, "Huh? Jesus, I'm surprised a lot of people with that." I didn't think I was going to do this, but I'm here to help share my journey. So if it opens up the doors to healing yourself, well, that's all it takes. My heart is fulfilled, and my heart is happy about that. That's what makes me. Yeah, I'm grateful. And I just wanted to say hi to Clarence Field. I think his birthday's coming up on the 8th. I believe it's 8th of February. I think. I'm not sure. Am I right? Parents, I think your birthday is in February too, in the 8th, right? Something like that.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
And some people are so surprised to see me on Tuesday, my first pop up live. And yeah. So,
What do you
uh,
guys think of this time? Let us know in the chat if you like the pop-up time. Let us
Yeah.
know if you like a Tuesday early.
it is my birthday today. So, but I thought I'd come up with a pop up subject about how do we heal from things.
Yeah.
There's a happy birthday again to Katie. She was on my birthday party there. It was her birthday on Saturday. Mine is today. So thank you for being here. So yeah. She says she loves pop up all the time. Uh, yeah. Yeah, well, I thought I'd do that, but anyway, we talk about healing, so there's a lot of ways to heal from something, but the person that's going to, well, the person, how do you heal from a drama? You have to, like I say, we only can give you what we went through on our journey, and
Mhm.
there's some things in there that help you open the door to your spirituality, and you do the rest. You have to do the rest because you're the ones that had the answer to your own healing. You're the ones that have it. It's already there, that connection and that love energy. But you have to be in this. You have to be on a spiritual journey to get there. You won't, because and if you're not, like I've been years and years, I didn't know about spirituality what I know today. I didn't know about limited beliefs. I didn't know I was programmed. We have to be deprogram ourselves, and it's not friggin' easy because we're getting judged by people because we're getting condemned for trying to be who we are really, truthfully, and people, oh, you're not like us, blah blah blah. You know, thought I was worthless before because I didn't think because nobody
Mhm.
gave me that chance to be who I am. I gave myself that chance to be who I am when I discovered uh, by I didn't know I took so many energies on in my whole life, took somebody else's shit and tried to put on my shoulders because I wanted to help them. That was I thought I could fix it or help them fix their friggin' thing. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I tried that. It didn't work. It
Mhm.
backfired. Anyway, I couldn't understand why. Because I had a near-death experience. I thought I was coming back here for a mission to save the world or save humanity. And guess what, folks? I came back to save myself. Sorry to say, I was shocked when I found that out. I was, what? Just me? Yeah, you need to save yourself. So the same thing for everybody. You have to save yourself. You have to deprogram yourself. Nobody will do it for you, but you know what your programs are. If you're aware of it, we're watching TV, we see all these news and all this. We're programmed to that stuff. We're so programmed that we don't even notice how it affects us in our lives. We react to
Right.
it emotionally. We have fear that we didn't know we had, or we discover we are full of fear, and we're on that energy. When we hear about politics, and then somebody goes, "Rah, rah, 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 I want this guy to pay. You want a revenge." That is the reaction you get, and it's not. It doesn't raise your vibration. It actually drops your
Lowers.
vibration
Yeah.
because
And
we're
Ron, you
all for that stuff. Yeah. Go ahead.
Ron, you said something that really stuck out to me that I've realized that as you start working on healing your trauma, you
Yeah.
know, because we all have some trauma that we're aware of. This thing happened to you. I'm battling it. But then as you start healing, you start on traumas that you didn't even know you had. Start uncovering. And then
Yeah.
as you heal and you dig deeper, you realize that the trauma that you're carrying, which is guilt in some situations, what I've found, is not even my guilt.
Right.
It's somebody else's guilt. And I felt, I guess because of my empathy, I took it on thinking that, oh, well, if I don't do this, then, how would they feel? And now I'm realizing that, oh my gosh, I did not know for so many years. I have been carrying somebody else's issue. And I don't even think that they were aware that they passed their limitations on to me. But we have to start working on healing ourselves, because without the healing, you can't truly give yourself the love you deserve,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
right?
You gotta.
The happiness that you deserve.
Right.
And then once you work on the healing and you realize, okay, now you can love yourself. Now you're truly happy. You're divinely happy, I would say. Then you no longer look for the love outside of you.
Right.
And
There
you,
you go. Yeah. I agree with
That's
you.
key.
yeah,
That's key.
That's the key right there.
That's the key.
That's the
I
Aquila.
told you she had a God's voice going right through her. I told you guys that she was like that, but you just hit home there with that. Yeah, she did. So, yeah. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Akila, because exactly what you said is exactly what I
sure.
yeah,
So
exactly.
do we want to share like maybe some of the techniques that we use to heal some of the trauma that we've acknowledged or are aware of and we're trying to overcome?
Sure,
Sure.
go
And
ahead.
and I'll
Go
give an
ahead.
example. One of the things that I use for my biggest trauma, I'm not going to go into what it is, but I sound healing, where the person, I guess it's light language singing. And so I sat and I listened to this light language singer, and I was on the couch and I just find myself like tears just started to flow. And I'm like, why the heck am I crying? She's just singing. And then as I listened further to the young lady, I realized that I just wanted to be hugged. And then I was like, I haven't been hugged. And then I started to miss my grandmother, because I was like, I remembered my grandmother's hug, my grandmother's true love, that
Mm.
it was unconditional, right? And I just cried and cried and cried. And then things just started to open up. And I continued listening to this young lady for the light language singing. And that is what helped me through my biggest trauma. But then it uncovered other little things that I'm still working on. So for me, the light language singing was really, really helpful.
So do you listen to other music? When you listen to other music, does it help as well?
I love all kinds of music, but now what I'm listening to is the different hertz. Like see the
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
735 or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
some of them are designed for specific things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I'm feeling fearful or whatever, and I want protection and to raise my vibration, I'll listen to that and
Mhm.
work through whatever is causing the fear.
Right.
So, but I think I mostly listen to, I don't know, this young lady, I don't know what it is with her. Her first one didn't really sit too right with me. It didn't really do anything. I wasn't connected. But her second and third one that I listened to, the floodgates just opened.
Yeah.
And crying is a way of releasing, you're letting it flow, right? Because we have all this bottled up
Mhm.
stress, anger, guilt, shame, that really wasn't ours to begin with.
Sure.
You're just letting it out.
Let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
Mhm. Awesome.
Music can heal. Music is a form of raising your vibration automatically. If you listen to the music you love, automatically your vibration goes, the frequency goes up. If you watch funny movies and makes you laugh, automatically your vibration goes up. Okay, depends what you are what your habits are. You can change those things and become aware. How do I feel when I watch the news? How do I feel when I listen to music? This, if you practice these things, you will notice the difference between how you feel and
Mm-hmm.
your frequency will go right up. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I listen to music like Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Uh, I listened to that night. I was in tears just listening to the freaking music because it went
Mhm.
right to my soul. It made me wow. I mean, I was all in because I'm very sensitive to that stuff. But also,
Yeah.
I found the depending who sang the Hallelujah song, some voices are just wow. They
Yeah.
blow you. You know, depends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Their voice comes directly from on the other side, I think, connection, and their voice just comes right out and comes and gets you. I mean, I get chills all over myself, and I go, "Oh, geez." It just there's other songs like that. There's songs
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that really touch me. It's certainly the ones about love, energy,
Mhm.
unconditional love, and things like that. So yeah, the Love Boat is a song I love. The love train, and there's love boat. I used to watch,
Train.
yeah, love boat. I used to watch on TV. I used to sit there and watch, and I see what happens, and I get tears in my eyes just watching the freaking movie. What I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think the reason that music touches us so beautifully is because music is the language of spirit.
yeah, this.
Is spirit language, okay? And angels sing lullabies to the baby Jesus. They communicate through music. So
Mhm.
when we pray on the other side, it comes across as music. Okay,
Right.
they hear it as melody, right? Which is a really beautiful, beautiful aspect of how we can bring spirit in simply by being still and listening. Because I think that what happens is that they recognize, our angels and guides recognize, ooh, they're in the music. Stop, let's go. And they can give us and feed us information. They can join into that harmony. They can join into that uh, phrasing and melody and touch us in ways that we couldn't do before because we weren't in a place of relaxed,
Mhm.
open, vulnerable listening, quiet, that quietness that we are when we're listening to music. It's unlike other things, right? Because it's a soft, peaceful attention that isn't distracted. It's focused, and it's allowing, right? So that energy that comes through, that spiritual energy that comes through with music that we find is our connection through the sound and the tones that are coming through. When I was about 20 years, I formed a nonprofit organization called the Ave Project. Ave is a term that is hello, hi, over here. Hello. And the concept was to bring nonverbal music into hospitals that was timed with the world events. So at sunrise, you'd have music that would show sunrises from around the world. And then as the day progressed within the day, the music would show picture. There'd be visual. Obviously, it would be audio visual. And then there would be, at night, it was going to be stars and planets and lullabies. It didn't really take off. And now we have Spotify. We have the megahertz stuff that is really doing the same thing. And so I'm really, really grateful that it's out there so that people can tap into that and really use that as a way to soothe yourself, as a way to soothe your cells, as a way to calm everything back into a place of balance and a place of normalcy, so that so that you can revive and restore through music and through the pattern of listening to it all the time and having it available for you, especially when it's so available. It's just all over the place.
Yeah.
It's so available. What do you think, Jay?
Well, what I have noticed is that when it comes to healing any kind of trauma, the more that you push it away and you don't address it in your waking life, it's good to have a dream detective Kate type of friend because it will come back in your
There you go.
no matter how much you try to run for it. I pulled a muscle the other night in my dream. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm ready to address it. What do we have to do? Because your subconscious, it will find a way to creep up and make you address it. And in dreams, at least for me, I mean, a lot of people too, but they're so real. And I mean, sometimes you wake up and you think it's the most terrifying thing you've ever gone through. Sometimes I don't even like going to sleep the next night. I will try to stay up until I pass out because I've had dreams where I know I'm not. And I've told Kate that many times. I'm not ready to address it. I know I'm not. And she tells me, well, it's going to come at you in one form or another. So to be able to work with my dreams or have somebody like explain the meaning of them when I'm thinking it's one type of scary thing, and I call Kate and she breaks it down to a level where I'm like, I didn't even think of that. You know, you're absolutely right. That makes sense. Okay. And so just a way that I look at it where I'm like, that is so symbolic. It's like she's just got, you know, she's that detective, but I noticed that is something that no matter what in my waking life, if I try to keep busy and I don't address it, it will come up in my dreams. So it's important.
Matter of fact, everything in your life that needs your attention to heal from will come back.
Yeah.
In your life will come back. What kind of form? It changes, so you'll understand. It'll be in your face, and it'll give you the creeps, you know, all the time. What the hell is this thing? Oh, Jesus. I thought I was over with that.
Can I just jump in with? Go ahead. With the repeat with
because when we live like that, we're only dealing with the effect. What we need to do is follow the effects so you can find the cause of it. And sometimes it'll go right back, deep, 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 and you'll find it in your child abuse or things like that. You say, what? Because you weren't thinking like that. You're not thinking. You're affected. You're following your emotions. You're following the effect of it. And then if you stop and follow that energy, you'll follow to bring your brain back to your childhood. And you'll say, shit, I haven't thought about that since I was a child. I didn't know it affected me.
Yeah.
Then that's when, as soon as you wake up to that, it automatically never will affect you again. It'll disappear.
That's right. So what I was going to mention with the repeat dream type thing, a scenario where you're repeating a dream, this similar situation, and it's over and over and over and over again. So we are all in life classes. Welcome to human class, right? If you want to think of it that way, this is human teachings classes, and our spirit guides and our angels are our night school. Okay, that's where the really tough stuff happens, is with your guides and your angels, okay? Because they love you so much. They want to help you clear the muck away from what your brilliance is. You are this brilliant, incredible light, right? Where you want to have that removed. Hi, Jean. So what they are doing in the repeat dreams, in the dreams that keep repeating, is they are either preparing you because it's coming again. Whatever that cycle was, whatever that issue was, whether it's something personal or something outside of you that you need to stand up to, that you need to face, that issue is coming again. And so in your dreams, you are being rehearsed. They are rehearsing with you options. They are rehearsing with you the memory to build in that muscle memory, that instinctual reflex that I can do it this time. It is not going to happen to me again. Okay. So that in your physical waking life, suddenly you go, wait, I know what that is. I'm going to respond differently this time. And this time I'm going to conquer that. And so those repeat dreams, like Ron's talking about, when you wake up and you go, ooh, I know what that is. You have done it. You have successfully taken on and changed the energy of whatever that issue was, so that when it does present itself, you are not the same. And you are able to go through that confidently, knowing you're supported, knowing that everything around you is about elevating you and elevating your spirit and getting rid of all that muck that tends to just hang out and sticky up everything.
That's how you heal, and that's how you take back your power.
Yes. Yes.
That's how we take back our power.
Yes.
By finding all these causes, your causes, the ones that are affecting you in your life. You can't do it for somebody else. The person, you have to do it for yourself.
Right.
It's the only way. I don't know any other way to do this.
Right.
Because you have to be willing and prepared. That's what I'm talking. Save yourself. You can't save the world. Save yourself. But while you're saving yourself, you're saving somebody else's, because we're all connected. It's funny.
Yes.
Okay. That's the way it works.
It's beautiful when that happens, because it shifts the universe's energy, right? It shifts it for everyone else. By the way, what color cape do you think we should make for Ron? Blue. It's his favorite color.
It's blue.
What do I have on? I got blue.
Okay.
Rainbow cake. Oh, yeah. Oh. I love rainbow cake too.
Yum.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, anyway.
Were there any other questions, Ron?
Yeah, there was one more. I don't know if that person's still here. Joanne. She wants to know, how do I do for healing energy?
Well, I think we kind of answered that, right?
I think so.
I think so already.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of tricks, but no matter what we say or do, you still have to do the work for yourself. I got to put that through, that no matter how long you can go see all kinds of psychics, all kinds of tricks in the world, all kinds of YouTube channels. But if you don't do something for yourself, this is going to stay stuck. Until it comes back. It comes back and repeats until you do something. But you got to put your heart in it. You got, like me, when I starting from Ron, sorry, I can't find Akila. You can't find her because she doesn't have a channel. I'm sorry.
No, I don't.
Have a channel because she channels her goddess voice with us.
Thank you, Ron.
Yeah. But I have a grateful and the honor to be with her several times when we do practices with mediumship, mediumship classes where we get together and we practice.
All right.
Because she can't find your channel. She doesn't have a channel.
No, I don't.
Maybe someday she'll call her channel.
Well, maybe you guys are going to have to all just watch for your notifications, because who knows when Ron's next pop-up is going to be.
Yeah, we don't know. It could be on, but healing is I find that a lot of people need that information. How do I heal from this? All of this, all of that. But I know we have to deprogram ourselves. That's the main goal. Deprogram yourself. But how do you deprogram something you don't know? You don't know your program.
Maybe next time we can do a meditative healing process for a pop-up, and folks can join us for experiencing, changing the energy and inviting love energy in for for a meditative, guided meditation kind of healing
Yeah.
experience.
But
You
just by saying, coming to these chats, listening to uh, people like us, or that share love and kindness and things like that, to support the love, already it's a start in your healing process. But
Mhm.
because if you feel comfortable to share a little bit of yourself on these chats, then you're opening up the door
Universe is
for the
healing.
healing energy to come through, and you healing your healing journey. That's how I started anyway, because I was stuck with stuff 30 years back, and I didn't know what the hell. I, I needed somebody to answer that. I couldn't answer it myself because I I I went through a lot of years on that, because I had my ex-girlfriend committed suicide, and I wondered, what the hell did I do? How come she committed suicide? I tried to understand. It was mind blowing. I mean, I couldn't understand why she did it. And then I found out that when I asked it was Debbie Freebird and somebody else, um, Karen, I think her name was Karen. I asked the question, I don't understand. That person, right, the ex girlfriend, came through, showed herself in a picture of the psychic, and showed her full of holes. And she says she appeared with full of holes. And it's like, no matter how much love you give that person, no matter how much um, love you give, it only goes through the hole. It's like a cup of water full of holes. Try to pour water, the water will just go right through, and it won't stay. You can't hang on to that. So her soul, she had that in her contract, that I understood, that she had that written in her contract. She was going to do that. Also, I understood that there's things I didn't know about her. I didn't know that she needed healing. So did I. I was full of holes too. Maybe,
Yeah.
but I got the chance to heal from those with the support and love of others. Maybe her, I don't know. I always had the feeling, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I get the feeling there was something so secret she didn't want to share with me. I think she was um, sexually abused by her father. Now, I can't like point the finger and say I'm right, but that's my feeling about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
stir up the pot and say point fingers at somebody, but I think she couldn't share that with me. And anyway, I've been on a journey also where you had I had it in French. It was a how to deal with relationships. It was like a course I took, how to deal with relationships. And in that course, I had two women that I was in the group, like we're sharing stories and sharing about this, and they shared exactly that. They were, I mean, it's quite in front of a group of people to do that on stage and say, I was abused by my father. I had two of them in my class, two of them, and it stunned the hell out of me because I didn't expect it. And
Right, the openness.
yeah, they opened it
Yeah.
and they started healing. They started healing right there, right up on
Mhm.
the spot. Okay, because they opened it. It's a wonder how it's so amazing. How do you talk about that? Myself, I could understand that because I was abused by a priest when I was young. Okay, uh, by being an altar boy. Uh, so I could understand these two women when they came out with it, that. So you know what I mean? But all these things I lived through, it seems to me I always have the an understanding because I went through something that I understand these women. I understand this and this and this and that. It's so amazing. I don't know where I get this stuff. Probably through my own experience, my survival. that I am able to understand people where they're at. I can feel them in their soul. There's something
And
going through me that sometimes I don't even have control of. It's called unconditional love, but it goes through me without me knowing it directly to the person that needs it in their soul. It's communication, and I'm not in control of that stuff. It's them. It's not me. I don't know. It's just they using me. I'm the messenger to my experience. I open the door and the energy just goes what it needs to do. I don't want to know how it works, but I know it works. I'm aware of it, but it's beyond me, and it surprised the hell out of me too. Sometimes, it really does.
You know, I was taken back to a meme that I saw a while ago, right? And the meme said, "Is this little girl holding on to her heart?" And it says, "The wound was not our fault, but
No,
the healing it is our responsibility."
Mhm.
And then I thought just hit me upside the head. And it said, if you have a wound on your arm, right, or your leg or wherever you have an open wound, we want to heal that wound, right? Why? Because people can see it. But if we have a wound in our soul, why would we want to keep that wound open? Why wouldn't we
yeah,
want to heal it? The same way we want to close the wound on the exterior, we
Mhm.
want to close that wound on the interior as well.
Mhm.
So
you're
just
right.
remember, and I think that the struggle that a lot of us face is that based on the wound or the trauma, we don't want to relive it. But in order to
yeah,
heal it,
Mhm.
we have to be open up ourselves to it and attack it.
Mhm.
Right.
Right. It's
Hey,
a
there's
really
so
good
and
much
good
that's
point.
wisdom coming out of that little voice of yours. I love it. I love it. I love it.
but I feel that's a really great point. That's usually a lot of the fear is you've been through it, but then to have to
Yeah.
dive deep and go through it again. And I know for some of my traumas, I've just asked for, source, my angels and my guides, that as I'm going through this, to make this as as easy as it can be, but still, learn the lesson and go through the work, but not re-traumatize me to where now I just completely shut down. Because
Right.
before I started working with guides and everything, I would do that. I would re-trigger myself thinking I'm going to
Right.
do this. And then I would go in and not think about what I was doing.
Right.
And then you wonder why you go through things in life. And like Ron said, sometimes it's very empowering to know that even though you've gone through trauma, you can help somebody else. And
Right.
that could be one of the reasons why you were connected to these people, or why you went through that specific thing, is so that you could help those 8 people that really resonated with you and heard what you had to say and took it to heart and
Yeah.
then worked on it themselves.
Right.
So
And that's a really, really good point, Jay, that I think a lot of us that are empathic and a lot of us that are very sensitive, we are accepting of the challenge to reach out to others, to extend that hand where other people don't, because we've already in our soul contract said, if I experience a time where I can be of service to someone, show me the person and I will be of service to that person. Okay. That there is this unlimited desire to lift and love, right? That is the light seer's way. That is the way that we shine the best for each other and to each other, is by saying, this is the human piece. Our spiritual piece already is celebrating the amount of love that is being extended among each other, right? If our angels and guides are all high-fiving and dancing around, you can hear them giggling, right? They're there, right? Because the energy changes and it becomes lighter and it becomes more creative and it becomes more silly and soft, right? And so it's the human piece that we all are extending our hands out to say, it's a human experience. Let us help you heal it. so that your spirit can shine, so that you can feel whole, so that you can know how worthy you are, know how magic you are. Know that at some point in this earthly experience before you came here, you said yes to being here. And there's a reason for that yes, right? You were asked to come and help and shine. And here we are. We can do it together. You don't have to be alone. You are never alone. So it's a really interesting dynamic being human. I'm not real sure that I was human before, but it doesn't really matter. It's just know that it isn't all unicorns and rainbows. That it is a difficult thing to be human, but it's also an incredible thing to be human, right? Okay, so we celebrate you all. We celebrate you, Ron, for your birthday. Birthdays are about your community that loves you. They're more about us saying thank you for being on the planet. Thank you for all that you've done. Because the celebration is about you. So I wish we had cake, though. I'm gonna have to go get some.
I wanted to say something about what a comparison to what we're doing to what other groups are doing, because I'm talking about Alcoholic Anonymous. Okay, these groups help alcoholics get through and heal. It's the same thing. We're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
We're sharing our life story, our life journey with others who've been through the same thing and who can relate to. And all of a sudden, boom! You're getting the support. You're getting a sensation that you're loved and accepted for who you really are. Yeah. And I don't think doctors understand this stuff. People that have been through this stuff don't know what the hell they're talking about, because they don't know. You can read them in books, but reading in books and going through life itself, surviving it and sharing it, is the deepest medicine you can have, is have somebody share their journey with you and help you understand, oh geez, I'm not alone. Oh geez, I feel like accepted. I feel loved. I feel like nobody's judging me for my mental issues, my depression, or anything. I understand everything that's where the medicine comes from. Awesome. It comes directly from the other side. That's the love, the connection. It's all that. Yeah. So thank you. Is it saying happy birthday to me, Juan? So
all righty then.
So I don't know if I'm going to do another one. Maybe, we still, because there's a lot of people trying to find out or healing,
as long as it's in the morning in the Pacific time, I can join you. I can't do anything in the evenings. I know that people are wondering what's going on. I'm not doing evening shows any longer, unless it's on the weekend. I have another job. So mornings are okay, and
detective.
I know. And I guess we could do a really early one, like, what'd you dream last night?
We could do it in your jammy.
I could what?
We could do it in your jammy. We just
we could do it. Oh, and get caught on the Bay Bridge and watch JB Cool. It was so good. So good. Yeah. So good. Well, thank you, Ron. I appreciate it. It was fun. Fun show. Thanks, Akila.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Jake.
So, I'm going to say goodnight. I'll be back on Saturday on my regular schedule. And I enjoyed this up and say a big thank you to Akila. I enjoyed your presence here and everything. I know people that, they're all glad to see you. Do you feel like me?
Yes.
You got the voice of a goddess.
Thank you, Ron.
I know. I mean, sure, do you remember that? Yeah. Oh, they want you to sing to me.
Again?
Again.
We already did.
Replay.
Yeah.
There you go. Replay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we're going to
Yeah.
say goodnight and thank you for being here. And if you have any questions about healing, you can put on below this video. See for next time, so that when we come on next time, wow, I said when we come on next time. How did
Well,
I mean,
we'll
call
figure it out. We'll figure it
wow, I didn't even. No, it's like, ooh, okay, I got the answer already. Okay,
Okay.
good night, everybody. Take care. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you for your birthday wishes too. Okay.